grimly. "But if you're lying, and the slightest harm comes to anyone up there—" "I'm not, and it won't, I assure you." "But if it does, I will hunt you down and kill you like a dog." They gave him water to drink, an onion to chew on, vague pointing directions, and sent him on his way. The path was long, steeply uphill, and in the warm spring sunshine he was soon breathless and sweating once more. His foot, too, became troublesome, and he paused frequently to rest it, gazing up towards the distant hills for signs of human habitation. None appeared, until after nearly an hour, when the path began to level onto a narrow plateau, and became pockmarked with farmyard jumble, rusting buckets, coils of wire, an ox plough. Then a badly painted sign appeared, warning strangers to keep away, and suddenly 2 hunting dogs on chains leaped up from the grass, furiously pulling on their tethers and snarling like wolves. He gave them a wide berth, left the path, and struck out in a wide arc, which took him into dank chestnut woods, smelling of leaf mould and humming with flies. At one point he closed to the forest's edge, to glimpse a huge bull penned in a field. It tossed its head and stamped and snorted, and he knew he must be drawing near. Sure enough, ascending further onto a higher plain, the trees began to thin at last, bordering a sloping field of freshly sown maize. To one side a second field had been newly marked out, and the coarse soil roughly turned, ready for working. In it, a man laboured, bent over, painstakingly clearing stones into piles by hand. Dressed in simple farmer's garb of serge trousers cinched with string, a collarless white shirt, corduroy waistcoat and cap, he moved slowly and looked much slighter and older than he should. Then he stood up to stretch his back, and, doffing the cap to dab his brow, tilted his face to the sky, head cocked, as though listening. And then there was no doubt at all. My name is Lance Corporal Harry Reginald Bolter, and this report is written by me, April 27, 1944. My birthday is March 12th, 1915, so I am 29 years old. I live at 58 Oakley Road, Huntingdon. I'm married to Janice Rose Bolter. We have no children. I first joined the Army in 1938 as a private on 1st Battalion Royal Berkshires, based in Reading under Colonel Dempsey. In 1939 the battalion went to France with the BEF and fought at Dunkirk, where we had bad casualties, but was rescued on the 3rd of June 1940 and returned by ship to Folkestone. After that we was stood down, so I applied to join a special services unit, and after being accepted in the autumn of 1940, was sent to 11 Special Air Service Battalion, where I trained as a paratrooper at Ringway Airport near Manchester. A while after that we heard of a special op that was asking for volunteers, and so I put my name forward without thinking. A while later I was interviewed by Major Tag Pritchard, who was IC the op, which was to blow up an aqueduct in Italy. After the interview I learned I had been accepted and met the others in the team, which was called X-Troop, including section leaders Captain Daly and Captain Lee, and Lieutenant Dean Drummond, who was intelligence officer. There was 7 officers in all, and 40 or so ORs, I believe, including a number of sappers from the Royal Engineers, plus 2 interpreters, one called Peaky and one called Trickey. Peaky, I heard later, was executed by the Italians. Anyway, we flew in for the mission, which was called Operation Colossus, on Feb 10, 1941. But unfortunately I broke my ankle when I landed, and so played little part in the mission, which was partly successful, the aqueduct being blown at one end but not completely destroyed. Anyway, our orders was then to march 60 miles cross-country and get picked up at the coast, but there was no way I could do it, so was left behind. Major Pritchard, I want to testify, was very nice about it, but said that orders was orders, and we all knew any injured got left behind. Private Trickey, I want to testify, was specially kind. He offered to help me, but Major Pritchard's